Welcome on in, guys. Three bold takes, and we are back with Bowl Mania this year. We do this every single year. Link is in the description to join. Winner will receive a free Champions Three Bold Takes t-shirt courtesy of the guys over here at Three Bold Takes. But before we get into it, we are sponsored by SeatGeek, so use our discount code Three Bold Takes at checkout to get $20 off your first purchase. We are looking to go to a couple of bowl games. We will definitely be using SeatGeeks. You guys should too. It'll show you what's a good deal, what's a bad deal, and should save you a little bit of money off the top.
Welcome back to Three Bold Takes, guys. We're continuing our Capital One Bowl Mania, going to the only game being played on December 30th, and that will be between the number 19 Missouri Tigers at a 9-3 record from the SEC, going against the 8-4 unranked Iowa Hawkeyes. Guys, Missouri favored by 3 points in Nashville in the Music City Bowl. Chase, how are you feeling about this Missouri-Iowa matchup?
Man, not great, not great. Absolutely cannot stand Missouri. Absolutely, just it's despicable. And just let me take a moment real quick to add to the fall of Missouri from last season. They make the Cotton Bowl, whatever. Everybody's like, drink's going to take us all the way, and you're left parched after this season, if you must. So it's kind of nice to see that. It's kind of nice to see Missouri fall down a little bit. But overall, in this matchup, I don't know. I like Iowa's defense coming in. Missouri has a lot more to play for, though. They have a lot of their seniors that are on their way out. I don't know, is LB3 playing in this game? I know he's headed to the draft. That's a big thing. That's probably a big talking point. And then Noel and Cook as well have big games ahead of them. Me personally, as much as I hate to say it, I'm probably going to go Missouri. I'm going to go Missouri here. I think I have to. Iowa in bowl games, definitely when they face SEC opponents, usually do not show up and fare so well. They played Tennessee last year. What I thought should have dominated Tennessee, lost 35-0 in that game. And then just typically against SEC opponents, they just don't play extremely, extremely well. So I'm going to go Missouri in this one, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man. So this game to me is pretty hard to pick because I look at Missouri as a team that has lost every single game against a ranked opponent and or an opponent that is, I don't want to say worth anything because that sounds bad, but at the same point, you win the games you're supposed to win, right? You beat Buffalo, you beat Murray State, UMass, Auburn, Oklahoma, blah blah blah. The list goes on and on and on. But you get blown out by Texas A&M, blown out by Alabama, and you lose by 4 on the road to South Carolina. So that one actually was a close game. You finished the season beating Mississippi State and Arkansas. I'm going to Iowa here. That it's wild to say, but I'm going to go Iowa simply because Missouri to me has been very disappointing in the games that are a marquee matchup. They've been able to take care of business against the lesser opponent teams, but when it comes to games that mean anything or is of significance, they seem to not be able to get it done. So give me Iowa to win. 18% of the country, by the way, has picked Iowa. And it's a pretty tight spread at 3. So, yeah, give me the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, for me, I'm going Missouri, and frankly, I gotta push back on both of you. I'll start with you, Freddie. As far as games that mean something or are worth something, I'm gonna say Missouri went 2-2 in those games. I know you could throw the Alabama game in there, but I'm not gonna hold that game against them. They were injured all over their
Sure.
starting offensive lineup. They didn't really have much of a chance when you ain't got your quarterback or your running back. And then I believe they were also missing their number 2 receiver and 2 offensive linemen. They were really dinged up in that game, and that really shows on that score line. Um, but their other 4 that I would say beating Oklahoma was a big deal. That's a traditional rivalry game for you that you usually get beat in, even when you're better than them. Beating Arkansas is a rivalry win. And then I'm not going to hold the South Carolina loss against them. That was a highly competitive rivalry game on the road. Really, the only time where I'd say they showed up healthy and laid an egg was the A&M game. Um, I'm gonna be completely blunt. I'm not impressed with the Big Ten after you drop off of the 4 that made the playoffs.
It's
And
true.
now we've even seen with Indiana, they weren't all that hot. The 2 good teams they played all season crushed them. So really, outside of Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State, the Big Ten hasn't impressed me all that much. Missouri is a ranked team from the SEC. I think, and then for Chase, my pushback on you is Drink's got Missouri playing better ball than Missouri's played ever since they joined the SEC.
No,
I
can't say that.
firmly believe that.
They played in the SEC championship. What year?
They
two?
played in the SEC championship in 2014 and in 2013, back when it was East versus West, and there
Right.
was nobody good from the SEC East.
Yeah, but last year what was still East versus West.
It was, but Georgia exists now. Like Kirby Smart, Georgia exists, not Mark Richt, Georgia, with a bunch of injuries.
I mean, it's true,
Which is how they got through 2013 and 14. They
the
would.
Cotton Bowl is yes the hype of Missouri, but at the same point saying this year, no, this year is not.
I personally feel that these last 2 seasons of Missouri football are more talented teams than the teams that made it to Atlanta in 13 and 14. If you want to push back on 13, I can at least kind of fold there. They were really, really good in 2013, but I'm not buying the whole Missouri is like in a bad place with Drink. He's got them playing better ball than they've played in years. So
I do agree.
I like
with
Missouri. I like Missouri to get this done, get a big win for the SEC, keep the bowl push going for that conference, and keep building forward for Drink at the University of Missouri. So that being said, we've talked the Music City Bowl. We are going to keep talking more bowl games throughout this bowl season. Make sure you keep following the channel. I've been Quinn, joined by Freddie and Chase. We've been 3 Bowl Takes, and we're out.